Derek, how does it feel this is a team that last year didn't really win consecutive games to the very end of the season. You guys had the two wins early on and kind of rode the roller coaster a little bit. How does it feel to get a second win in a row and start to string together some momentum?
Yeah, that's why we play the game, is to win football games and, make the corrections after a win. And so, we were able to string two in a row in, now after that terrible feeling that we had before the Colts game, and seeing some of the fruits of the conversations and the hard work paying off, and that's a good feeling, especially as a quarterback when you know that we still have room to improve. We're doing some things better. Myself, always start with myself, but to see us going in that direction at this time of year is what you want to see.
It seems like the offense had the reverse this time, where it was you start fast and then you kind of were sluggish through the rest of the game. What happened in that area?
Well, we won. At the end of the day, we won, and this is professional football. Everyone, is into numbers and fantasy football and all those things. Sometimes DB makes a play. Sometimes the defense gets in there. Whether no matter what the rankings are, and they made a few plays in the second half early on that we didn't make, but I'm not overly concerned or like, oh man, it's not fixable or anything like that. But they made plays at those moments that made it feel like when we came out, it just wasn't feeling as good as the first. But I have no worries. I'm fully confident in our group to come in, especially tomorrow after a win, and really focus in on what do we do better now. And I'll be excited to see how we come out next week.
And Derek, how important was it to get this Olave back going?
Yeah. I mean, look, we are all human. We go through stuff, and sometimes it's, there's change. He's, getting to know me, and there's things, that we deal with players in our personal life and things like that. And who knows what's going on? And sometimes you could be doing everything right and it doesn't go your way. We all know that in life, And, so, I think that he's still been making, some big plays for us and, making some tough catches and things like that. But to see him have a touchdown, see him have a couple big plays for us, get the ball back in his hands, that was good. And again, it goes back to, what I've been saying since I got here. Some days it's going to be that way, where, oh wow, Chris, and, oh man, Mike had, 8 catches, or Sheed, or, and, man, Alvin got the ball a whole bunch. I just am going to read the plays out and, try my best to make it happen. And it just happened to, go that way for Chris Day, but it's good timing, I think, for him.
On Chris, I mean, there's been a lot of chatter outside about him and things like that. Can you just speak to kind of the maturity that he's had over the course of the past couple of weeks dealing with everything?
He's been unbelievable, and I'm glad you asked that, because I hope that gets praised. He has handled everything with such class. He's handled everything as such a pro. Every time we come to work, he's still texting me. We're FaceTiming. He's, hey, I got you on this. Hey, this, I like this route. And just to see him, dealing, to be able to compartmentalize, taking that and still doing his job, it's really unbelievable. And so he's a young player. Again, this is another thing that I think is a problem in our league. We don't give young guys a chance to grow and develop and go through their process. And, he's developing into what I think is going to be a tremendous player for a long time. And the city of New Orleans should be very happy to have Chris as, one of their starting receivers, because he's the ultimate pro. He loves football. He's a great teammate. And he does anything you ever ask of him. And sometimes even when it's the hard stuff, he goes in there and he does it. And, we call on him at the end of the game to, put us in better field goal position. Boom, he comes up for us, and throw him the ball to get a first down, which I think it was a first down. But I'm not complaining at all. I'm clear on that. But he makes a big play for us there. We called his number, and so to see him just continue to push through, there's things in my life I've been through where no one even knows, but you just keep pushing through, and when you see the fruits of it just personally, it's a good feeling.
Derek, you see 5 turnovers on the other side of the ball, and this year's Saints have been pretty good about ball security. How valuable has that been in a lot of these close games?
Well, it's one of the things that, I could go out there and probably do 2 or 3 plays back and try and force a ball and see, make a tight window throw, and I have all the confidence that I can do it. But at the end of the day, playing with this defense, I know over time that if I can take care of the football, and if we can as an offense hold on to it and do those things, that those numbers begin to turn into wins. And you always see at the end of the year, takeaway differential. And you see the teams at the top have a bigger takeaway differential and the teams at the bottom don't. And it's the opposite. And so for me, coming here and playing here, I just want to be as efficient and clean as possible. And there's going to be games that will be tight, and when they're tight, you got to take care of the ball and just give us a chance at the end. And then when you have to make that throw, you make that throw. But there's a couple times today where I didn't have to do that because what's happening on the other side of the ball. And so the ultimate goal is to win the football game. And, it takes all three phases playing together. And so I just try and do that to my best to help DA and those guys out.
Yeah, I know when I walked in, you were saying how it's different person's day each time, but just from what you saw, what were they doing that made it so hard to get Michael Thomas involved?
Well, we had a few opportunities, but there was also some things, where on a play that maybe, could go to him or we're featuring him, it's like the one coverage, that takes it away. Or it's that one guy, if he's just a hair tighter, we can throw it, but no, he played it there, and that makes me move on through the progression. And so I know, Mike, that's probably a frustrating thing. Just as a player, you want to help and you do it, but what he doesn't. Hopefully, he knows, he understands. They were doubling him in the red zone, which led to Chris's one-on-one touchdown. He got doubled a couple times down there, where then Jawan's one-on-one on an end cut we hit in the red zone. So I know it's hard in this day and age to think, man, but just his presence of who he is helped us win this game today, and it won't be on a stat sheet, won't get any fantasy cool points or anything like that, but his presence and who he is helped our team win today, and that's a huge thing for us.
And then obviously not a pivotal moment of the game, but when you had about 10 seconds left before halftime, why were you setting the receivers? Were you guys going into that play looking for just like an 8-yard, 10-yard pass? Or?
Well, yeah, we wanted to get as much as we could, see if we get a field goal, and then I saw how they were playing, and I knew we were probably going to throw the Hail Mary after. And so with them playing sideline defense, I just wanted them to go because now they're all on the sideline. There's less people in the end zone, And so it wasn't even something that we talked about or anything like that. We ended up trying the Hail Mary, but they got in there and I had to throw it away or check it down, but whatever. But yeah, that's all that happened.
Dave, no sacks today. What did you say about the offensive line play the past 3 weeks?
They've been unbelievable. And, there's things that they want to clean up and things like that. And, I'm trying my best, too, to not take sacks, because at the end of the day, that hurts the team. Whether I throw it, and some people may not like it every now and then, to dirt a ball and things like that. But, you got to make the right plays. And I think our offensive line is doing such a good job to allow me to play quarterback, manipulate defenders. And, first play of the game, I got to move my eyes, move somebody, throw the ball. And that's all a credit to them. That's not – anything that Chris and I did special. That's a credit to them to allow us to play that way, and I think they're doing a fantastic job. And so, yeah, I can't wait. Christmas presents will be nice.
With Jason, now that you've been here half a season, and especially the past few games, how do you see his versatility affecting games?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Well, today he got, so much man coverage, and usually, when we're in there throwing the ball, we don't get much man, and when we do, usually it's a good play for us, and and that's across the league. That's not just us. That's across the league, right? They were playing some man things, and that's why his touchdown, man, is wide open. Jawan comes back, boom, we have a big play, and you see just his ability to run the football. They got to load the box. If you don't load the box, he can throw it, and he's been so good in that role here for so long, and I remember watching the clips of growing up of when it was Drew playing quarterback, and I was like, man, I was from afar. I was like, man, they're taking Drew off the field, and then you get here like, I see why. This guy's pretty good, and so he's great in what he does for us, and he's a ultimate competitor, great friend. He's been amazing to me since I got here, and I celebrate him every chance I get because of. That just doesn't come around all the time. A guy that can go from tight end to running back, from special teams, blocking on a punt return to playing tight end to going to quarterback to playing F receiver, that just doesn't happen all the time. So, he's one of my favorite teammates, but he's just an ultimate competitor, and I love him.
Derek, I know you were on the field for it, but I believe that play was designed to go to Colin. Is it kind of wild to see a defensive tackle dragging multiple defenders and leaving Jawan standing by himself?
Hilarious. I've played with my fair share of good players on the skill positions. I've never seen someone attract that much attention on a football play. So credit to him. You know, I got to put him and Devontae in the same category now, and being able to attract attention. So him and Mike T taking double teams today, they attract attention. I think I put 99 in that category too.
Derek, I know a little early for scoreboard watching, but the Bucks and the Falcons both lost today. Put you guys in first, you know, in the South. Does it make that win a little bit more sweeter, just knowing you kind of definitely control your own destiny at this point?
Yes, I'm going to be as respectful when I say this. Like, yes, that's awesome, but at this point of the year, it does not matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't let my mindset be like, oh, yeah, you know, we're in first and week whatever. It's like that. Can't let your mind go there, you know. But it does, you know. At the initial, you're like, oh, sweet, that's awesome. Wash it and put your head down and go to work. And so make the corrections, keep winning, you know, when we can. And then at the end of the year, that'll feel a lot better. That question will be my answer will be a lot different at the end of the year.
Derek.
Good? All right. Thank you.
Appreciate you.